Hey everybody, how you guys doing? Man, it's good to be here today. It's good to be here and everybody who is joining here today. I appreciate you guys for joining. I know some of you are watching here right now and some of you will join later. We'll see this live stream later, but whatever the case, this is very important time and this is Monday show. You all know that I'm the host for the Monday shows. And basically, there's a lot of things going on in this show, right? Having conversation with young Africans who are doing pretty well, in the society, whether founders, CEOs, or anybody else. You know what I'm saying? And I know for the moment right now, there's a lot of things going on in Africa, to be honest. And maybe talking about the topic you're talking about, it might be the least concern for you because of all the tragedies that are happening in Africa. But it's still, life still has to move on. We still need to move on with life, even though there's a lot of things happening. At the same time, I want to take this moment to really, acknowledge, man, for all those, our brothers and sisters who are, have been dying for this past week. All right, we have seen, people dying in Ethiopia, and you guys have seen news here in Swell Nation Network. We have seen as well people dying at the Moroccan and Spain borders. I just released video a few minutes ago, and I'm gonna be releasing more videos. Shout out to my brother Tunacheki for sending those videos to me. I'm gonna be releasing later to see that. Honestly, also want to acknowledge to our brothers and sisters who are dying in Congo. Almost everywhere in Africa, man. Like so many things are happening, so many tragedies, and so many people are dying. And before continuing with this, session of today, I just want to say, with all these tragedies that are going on, for example, the issue with Congo, we are trying to find someone. I've already talked to a couple people who can actually come and enlightening us of the situation that's going on there. The situation in Morocco, I'm still processing this this situation, and kind of like finding more informations about it. And we are talking here pretty much all the time with the issue of Ethiopia and what's happening there. So I don't really know what is happening, but a lot of tragedies right now happening in Africa. And there's only one thing I can say, that, man, this is what I've been saying. I will say forever, that One Africa is still the answer to all these things that are happening right now in our continent. Our people, when they're running away to find shelter and to find good life, they should be able to be embraced and to be welcomed. We have seen how the world stood up with everything that is happening, in the Ukraine, how the world came together and stand up, for immigrants and everything and everyone out there. But in Africa, we have always had immigrants. We have always have these tragedies going on, but nobody gives a damn about it. And we cannot just sit back and wait for someone to give a damn about what's going on in Africa and what is happening in Africa. The best thing we can do is all of us as Africans come together, joining our hands together and give a damn about our people. You know what I'm saying? We cannot keep asking, even though I tweeted, that we demand African Union, and if there's human rights as well, to speak about this and to do something about this. But to be honest, nobody really cares about whatever that is happening in Africa. And if you don't care as well, then we don't have anybody cares for us, right? The best thing we can do is us as Africans, caring for our people, for Africans. And we are doing here in Soil Nation One Africa, and we encourage you guys to come together in the spirit of One Africa, to stand for our brothers and sisters. You guys, just reminding you of our mission. This is our mission, what we stand for all the time. And if you're new to this family, this is what we always fight for. So I'm just asking everybody out there to actually come and be part of this journey of One Africa, because this is the solution to what we are going through right now. All right, you will run today from your country because of whatever tragedy that is happening, and you're going to move to another country in Tanzania. And when you come here, I don't want to see you, being held in prison because you're just trying to find a safe house or safe place to live. I want you to find a safe home, in Tanzania, in Uganda, in Kenya, anywhere across the continent of Africa, to find a safe home, because, you know, everybody deserves to live. And when people are running away, it's not because they hate their country, but simply because they want to keep their families safe, right? And that, you know, we should have a home for our brothers and sisters in Africa who are actually wandering around and running here and there to find a good shelter. You know, that's one thing that we need to fight for. And I don't see that happening without having one Africa. I don't see that coming to pass without having a united Africa. And that's our message. And that's what we always preach. We cannot have peace. We cannot have unity. We cannot have love. We cannot have that if we are not united. And we cannot have power if we are not coming together to protect our people. Yes, right now we can talk through social media and all the stuff, but you know, in order to see the change that Africa deserves, that Africa wants, we have to come together and be one. Yeah. So that's a little bit of introduction of everything that is happening right now. But obviously, we're gonna have a separate session about it. But today, we have a very exciting day. All right, I'm here and I have my guest here already. Mr. Isaac is waiting here. We're gonna be talking about Liberia, and we're gonna get to know a little bit about Isaac. I've shared his biography. You guys have seen. He's such an amazing young man. I don't know how old is he, but I feel like he's my little brother. But we're gonna get to know more about him today and about Liberia. And before I bring him in, you know, I'm just gonna raise a word of prayer because that's how we always start, to bring God at the center, and then you guys are gonna get to know everything you want to know about Liberia. You can prepare your questions as well. You'll have a session at nearly the end of this program to ask your questions for that. Well, God, I thank you for today, for this Monday. You know, even though in the continent right now there's so many tragedies that are happening, our brothers and sisters are dying every single day. Hundreds and hundreds of people are losing hope. People, they don't see a future for tomorrow. Some of them, they decide to run away from their country to find self-shelter, but still they're being killed outside of their country, within the continent. It's just tragedies after tragedies. When I'm looking at these pictures of people losing their lives, when I look at these videos, my heart is just crying, you know, that why this is happening and why this is keep happening. Why killing one another? Why, you know, murdering each other? Why? For what purposes? For what reason? What kind of satisfaction we get through doing all these kind of things? And, you know, human beings were really messed up. As African, we're really messed up. Just the fact that we're killing one another, it's just a messed up mentality that, I don't know, God. So I just want to say I'm sorry first for that, because we're killing one another for no reason, taking lives that we never gave. So I really want to stand on behalf of our people who are killing one another, you know, to say I'm sorry, God, for all of this. But most importantly, we still need a way through. We still need, you know, a bright new day. And we're still wishing and hoping and praying for that to happen. So as you're having this conversation with Isaac today about Liberia, you know, I believe this will be a one step towards, you know, that safe and peaceful Africa that we desire to have. It is possible. Nothing is impossible under the sun. And I pray that this conversation will lead us to, you know, that point of understanding and unity that we all deserve as one people, Africans. I pray all these things in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, guys. Well, this is going to be a tough session, at the same time good session, because of everything that is happening. But ladies and gentlemen, I have my brother here, Isaac, already on the line. So I'm just going to pull him in and we're going to start our conversation. My brother, Isaac M Supu. How are you, my brother?
I'm fine, Mika. I'm doing very well. Thank you for the invite, and thank you to the people following us up there. Let me say good evening from my end here in Kigali to the rest of our neighboring countries in Africa.
Yeah. Appreciate, my brother. Appreciate. First of all, your name is very interesting. Your name is Isaac M Supu. Do you know the meaning of Supu in Swahili?
Not really, but I want to believe that it's almost similar, because here in Rwanda, the local language is similar to mine in Liberia as well. It's like a sauce, right? A pepper sauce. Yeah. So in Rwanda, I saw that they told
Yes.
me the same thing. So I mean, it's that my name is controversial.
Exactly. Your name is very controversial. Like, I just saw your name and I got hungry, you know, because supu in Swahili, it means it means really like soup, you know, soup, like literally
Yes,
soup.
soup, a
Like,
sauce. Yes,
Exactly.
literally in Rwanda, in the local language in Rwanda, Kiwanda, they told me it's the same thing. And in my own local language in Liberia, it's the same thing like a sauce, a pepper sauce, or something that you want to eat. Yeah.
Exactly. It is. It is, my brother. So, what is the meaning of soup in your language? Like, what's the meaning of your name?
Yes, that's why I said. I hope I'm clear.
Yeah, you're clear. I
Yes,
can hear
that's why
you.
I said my name is I don't know. Should I say it's global or it's continental? Because when I visited Rwanda, I saw that it's a sauce, a pepper sauce. In
Exactly.
my own local language, it's a soup. It's the same as soup, pepper sauce.
Oh.
So it's like everywhere I go, is the same meaning. So my name is.
but, but I gotta
So
ask you, man,
in
who
my
gave
local
you that
language, because
name?
that's just in one of the local languages, because Liberia has 16 different local languages. So in the one that I originated from is the same
Yeah.
as sauce. It's like a sauce, a pepper sauce or sauce for a soup or rice.
So I'm really curious. Like, is that your family name or is it like your unique name? Like,
No, it's a family name. There's a whole family name. There's a big family. So let me not say a big family. It's a kind of small family. In the northmost part of Liberia.
yeah.
Yes. So it's a family name. So you
And
have too
and you
many people in my country use that name. So
so you have a lot of people who called Supu.
yeah, yeah. People literally
Man.
say soup instead of soup. They just say soup. I mean, that's
Supu.
fine.
That's a very interesting name. Yeah, and it's a good startup, for the show. Yes, my brother.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate first of all for coming here today and joining us. Yes, thank you for that. Thank you so much for coming and joining us, man. That means a lot. I was going through your biography, and you know, it's a lot of things that you've done. And I don't even know how to call you. But let's begin from there. First of all, this is very private question, but I hope you can still be willing to answer. How old are you, by the way?
I'm 22.
20. Come
I'm
on, get
22
out of here,
years.
man. You're 22.
I was listening to you when you said, I think I'm your little brother. I said, yeah, that's fine because from the logo of the
Yeah.
physical. Yeah, I'm 22 years. I was born on February 27, 2000. So this
Yeah.
February 27, this past February 27, turned me 22.
Yeah.
I'm
You're
grateful.
a
Yeah.
very young, brilliant man. I mean, when I was looking at your biography, it seems like you're 40 years old or something. Like it's a lot of experience that you have done. And I think,
Yeah.
before starting talking about, everything about Liberia, I think we're just gonna start talking a little bit about yourself. And I don't know where this noise is coming from. I think you're having a little bit issue there. If, are you listening yourself from
Yeah.
YouTube? Because if
Okay.
your YouTube is on, then you have to close your YouTube.
Okay, maybe it's something like that. It's something that I was.
Yeah.
Is it set now? Is it clear? I think I'm still receiving the feedback.
Yeah. The feedback. I still receive it too. Hello?
I
You know
still
what you
receiving
can
the
do?
feedback.
Okay, I think what you can do is do this. You can refresh the page and try to close all other pages that you have maybe open and then
Okay.
come back. Wait for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Yeah. That
All
would be fine. Let me do. Thank
right. Okay. That's cool. All right, guys. For the time being, then we're just gonna have a little, announcement to share with you guys as we're waiting for Isaac to come back. You guys, that we are trying to raise, some money for the Swahili Nation One Africa, offices, and it has been almost 2 weeks right now. This is the second week. We have this campaign, raising awareness and, asking everybody to contribute whatever they have. And I just want to remind you guys as well who are watching here today, everything that we talk about, even the news that we give or this conversation that we are having, man, I just want you guys to imagine for a second, how much more we'll do if we actually have the office where we operate and we do our work. right? And that's the reason why we are opening this office, the office for Africa, the office that will fight for Africa, the office that will fight for the unity of one Africa, love, peace, and unity for this beautiful continent. That's what we are fighting for. Right now, as you can see, I'm broadcasting this, stream from my room, but we want to have an office, a safe place where we'll work and we'll have our studios and operate every single day, daily, and be very official, very organized, and do this professionally. You know what I'm saying? So we're asking you guys to participate because this is not Mika's office. This is Africa's office. You know what I'm saying? So we're asking you guys to participate to help us to reach our goal of 25,000. 15,000 is for the rent for the whole year of the office. 5,000 is for the utility and furnitures, and another 5,000 is for the studio preparation. And this is just a little amount of money that we ask you guys for the beginning, so that we may have something that we can start with. Once you guys see this, I think you'll be really encouraged. You'll be really motivated that, oh, we actually see something happen through the little money that I gave. So I'm asking you guys to give generously whatever that you have. If it is €5, if it is €10, 15, 100, 200, 300, 1,000, whatever that you guys you have, I'm kindly asking you to support us. Right now, we have already passed 10%. We are above 3,000, but we're still, way long to go, to reach our goal, to at least get the first 6 months so that we may pay and secure the place. I've been in touch with the manager. And he said that, the place is still there, but he still wants us to rush the process a little bit. So I'm asking you guys, if you're right here and you haven't got an opportunity to give, well, this is the moment that you can provide, you can give, for that office. And, very soon as we secure the place, I'll show you guys the video of the office. I don't want to share right now because we don't have it yet. And you never know if my friends always say that, don't share your plans to your enemy. All right. You need to wait. They just need to see the results of what is happening. You know what I'm saying? If you share that I'm going to do this and this and this, they might block your blessings. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we're just keeping it a little bit private. But after we secure the place, then we'll come with a special video to show you guys the whole place, how it looks like. So the link is in the comment section. As you continue to have this conversation, please feel free to donate any amount of money you have to help us getting those offices. And very soon you guys see me broadcasting this from the office. My brother Soup is already here already. Hey, Supu, what's up, my brother?
Yes, I'm sorry for the inconvenience. I hope I'm really clear now.
Yeah. Oh yes. Right now it's clear. Right now I can hear you. So let's begin with this. If you can introduce yourself and what you're doing, and just a little bit, whatever that you want to say about yourself, you want people to remember about you. This is your moment to do so.
Okay, thank you very much. Like I said, I'm 22 years of age. I am from Liberia, the northmost portion of the country. So I am from one of the 16 ethnic groups in Liberia, that is the Belek tribe, and we are predominantly the largest group in Liberia. So I am passionate about the fight against corruption, and I'm passionate about promoting the Pan-African vision. I attended school in Liberia, graduated from secondary school, did some university courses, and today I am in Rwanda, in East Africa, studying there. So I'm also a volunteer and a youth activist. In Liberia, I have led several struggles against the fight against corruption, and I currently volunteer as the vice president for international affairs of the Students Against Corruption. The Students Against Corruption is an anti-corruption movement that is dedicated to fighting and combating corruption in Liberia and all African countries. Unlike for the Students Against Corruption, I also volunteer for several other organizations, that is the African Youth for Development Commission, and a lot more in Liberia. So maybe we could take some time to talk more about me and my activities, but currently I'm an anti-corruption activist in the Pan-Africanist team.
How did you get to how did you get that passion? 22 years of old age, and you have already been fighting against corruption. Like how did that come to existence? Like how did you start that? What motivated you to do something like
Because corruption is like one of the, if not the most challenging problem in Africa for me, I agree as the most challenging problem. Growing up as a kid, we see that the practice of corruption is always something that has been part of our culture. In the home, you will see that people will send a child and you go to buy something and you don't come back with a change. You keep the change for yourself. These are things that have been ongoing in our various homes, that have been contributing to the increase in corruption. So growing up, I see I've never been taught that there's something wrong with these little things in our that we participate into until late in 2014 when I was just 14 years of age, and I formed part of a youth organization. That this youth organization have been contributing to cleaning up the roads and contributing to community development activities. And I've just been there watching them. Like, what are they doing? Are they getting paid for it? And literally, there's no one that to answer that question. So I formed part of that organization, and we started because of the brilliancy, because I had some other thing to contribute to my fellow colleagues. So I started as a teacher, at the age of 14, where we conducted a study class. After class activities, we have our fellow colleagues, our fellow students come. The courses or subjects that we are really good at, and we give our time and teach them. Like, we have our bigger brothers there who are mentoring us. You go and teach this person. You go and teach this person. So that's how we were trained on how to give back. So I grew up in a society, in an environment where we have our slogan, pay it forward. Pay it forward. So these bigger brothers were always teaching us to be a quasi, because I don't know what I know about quasi, but quasi is kind of cultural things. It's kind of getting like a culture now in Liberia where people compete. You have schools competing against each other in academics. So you have people who are moderating, give questions, and people answer, and you walk away for a prize. So I was so passionate about that that part of academics, until we have to go to other bigger brothers to talk to teach us, to give us caution, mentor us. And with that, they have to bring us to class again so that we can pay it for everything that we are learning. So everything that we get from them, we have to go and pay for, until I grew up into this system where at the age of 18, I was able to take up a leadership position in my secondary school, where I was just 18 and leading about 700 students in my school and several other activities that we were doing there. And I became very comfortable of giving back and paying a foul.
Wow, I appreciate that. I mean, it says it all. It started from man, very young age, man. I believe a lot of people here, I don't know, you guys who are watching, what you were doing at this age, 14 years of age. I mean, what were you doing? I don't want to say what I was doing, but I think still there's a huge challenge with your device. I don't know if you're using a phone or a laptop. Maybe you can try to yeah, you can try to use, I don't know, do you have different device, or do you have like earphone, or you can
I
try
don't
to
know if I
listen?
should change the device, because
Yeah.
if this one, let me.
Yeah, because it's gonna be so hard for people to listen to this with everything. Students against corruption. You guys have seen it, man. This is young men, man, 22 years of age, standing against corruption in Liberia and Africa in general. Fighting that, man. It's really inspiring. It's really inspiring. This is the future of Africa. These are kind of leaders we need. This guy might be the next president of Liberia, and very soon right now, once he come back here, guys, we're going to be talking about Liberia in general, because there's a lot of things that I think all of us, we should know about Liberia. But for the time being, as we're still waiting for him, guys, remember to give whatever that you have, to donate to the cause. That's what we're asking for every single one of you. If you have been somehow touched by what we are doing here, impacted by what we are doing, and you want us to continue to do what we do in a huge capacity, help us out to get the office so that we continue to do the work we're doing, even the huge capacity. All right, we need a lot. Like, we need a team. You know, we need people who can work on our videos, the videos that we upload all the time, to work on them, edit them, you know, make sure that they have the quality deserved to be out there, you know, and all those kind of things. We need a team, you know. Currently, I'm the only one doing all this stuff, but we need a space. Once we have a space, it's very easy to get volunteers, people who can come actually and work on that and help out to push this forward, you know. So we just need a place first of all, and everything else will pay. I know, you know, once you have that, then you have a secured place, then you have everything that you need. And that's what we're asking you guys to, you know, to contribute. Thank you, everybody who is, you know, joining here. We're entering third week. I didn't know it's third week already. Wow, we're entering third week, guys. We're entering third week, and we have already 3,000. So it's kind of like every week we raise, like, you know, 1,000 in a way. So it's not that bad, but we still need you guys. That means we need like 25 days to raise all of that money. Wow, guys. All right, we don't even need a miracle. We need just for someone to give. Okay, let me read some of your comments. How did he get interested in that? I think that you understand now, because he was explaining about that. You're the great African, and I love what you are trying to unite Africa. Africa rise. Miri, I appreciate for also being part of the family. Well, I said today at the beginning when I was opening this session that there's so many tragedies happening in Africa right now, in Ethiopia, in the side of Morocco, right? Our Western brothers and sisters, Western Africa brothers and sisters are trying to escape and have been killed. You guys have seen the news, right? We have people in Congo, right? We have people in different corners in North Sudan, right? People in different side of Africa experiencing very, you know, bad stuff happening, man, like within the countries and even, you know, outside the countries. And that's why we have to promote One Africa. We have to promote one of your country, and in general to promote One Africa. And my mission is to promote that, and this is our mission that we stand for. So we hope that because power is in the people, and here in Soul Nation One Africa, we care a lot about people. So as you guys are coming and joining the family, coming and joining the movement, you know, we feel empowered. You know what I'm saying? You need people to be powerful. Yes, you might need weapon, you might need all those stuff, but you need unity and people to be powerful. First of all, you might have weapon, but if you don't have the unity, you're going to use weapon to kill each other. You know what I'm saying? Let me say that again. You need people to be powerful. Yes, we need weapon, we need all those stuffs. It's okay. You can have all those stuff, but if you don't have unity and you have weapon, then you're going to use that to kill your own people. That's why we need unity first. We need to come together, and we need to be one to fight against all this craziness that are going on. All right. Our people, if they're running away from one country to another country, they should have a safe home wherever they go throughout the continent of Africa. Yes, some of them, they're going illegally. So that, of course, it's how can you do, guys, if there's a war in your country, people are dying, and then you need to process your document, but you cannot do that because you need to secure yourself, to run away, to save yourself, to save your life. Are you going to have a time to get your paperwork? No, you're not going to have a time for that. So what if that happens? How can we deal with that crisis? How can we deal with these people instead of just killing them and shutting them down? We have seen what was going on in the Ukraine. People that were not killed like that. But our people are being killed like that to find the safe home, to go and to live somewhere safe. How can we deal with that as Africa? As African Union, how can we deal with that? What are we going to say about this? Just the fact that we are trying to climb the fence, to move, to find, to search for a better life, does that give you, how can I say, does that give you a right to kill, to shoot and kill? Yes, there's a part that we need to play. There's a part that we need to talk to our people, that you guys, I know you're running away from Africa, trying to go to Spain, trying to go to Europe, expecting to find a good life. But when you get there, you basically become the new version of slave in this age, because you don't have anything and you are ready to do anything you can for anything to get. To get anything. So there's a need to tell our people that, guys, whatever you're going, do not expect to find a better life somewhere else. But we do understand that you want to live, you want to survive. That's why you just want to run as far as possible to find that safe place, that safe house. Okay, yes, if that happens, then how can we deal with that? As Africans, African countries, how can we deal like with that to save our people and to make sure that our people are safe? My brother is back here, so we're just gonna move forward with the session. So guys, keep thinking about it, and we're gonna continue with this session to see how it works. Isaac.
Yeah, I think this is okay now, and this is going to be fun. Trust me, I have just worked on the device, so I changed
Okay.
it. So thank you very much for the patience.
No worries, no worries. That's beautiful. So right now, I want us to talk about Liberia a little bit, man. Not a little bit, just in detail, man. A lot of people, I know, we were talking this the other day through WhatsApp that, there might be people who knows about Liberia. There might be people who do not know about Liberia. So let me do a little bit of research. We have people who are watching us right now. Guys, let us know in the comment section. What do you know about Liberia? Let me know in the comment section. Just drop down. Let me know, what do you know about Liberia? If you don't know anything, just say I don't know anything. It's a little research to to find out if people they actually know Liberia. So we're gonna talk about that right now in the moment, and I'm gonna give you a chance to start talking about it. So yeah, anything about Liberia? What kind of country is it? Tell us about the struggle of independence and everything. The heroes that you have. I want you to enlighten us with that knowledge about Liberia. Come on, my brother Supu.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you for the opportunity, and I'm really glad to talk about Liberia today. And I think this is a really good platform. So, Liberia, as you may hear the name, is a country in West Africa, and this country has this name Liberia, which means liberty. So back in the 80s, we had a struggle of free black slaves in the Americas. So in 1822, we this country was created by an organization called the American Colonization Organization. This to repatriate or to send free black slaves to Africa. So this is the first black African country. This is the first place that they thought that they could settle free black slaves to get them from the United States or the Americas. And from 1820.
Wait. So you say Liberia was actually created to take those black slaves that were in America to bring them to Africa?
Yes, that was in America to send them to Africa. And I mean, yeah, literally at first, Liberia was the land, that particular land was not the place. There are several places that the representative from the American Colonization Society, the ACS, there were several places that they were sent to assess. They went across different lands in Africa, but they later had to settle an agreement in that place. Right after they left the Sierra Leone and reached out to the place today called Liberia, they met people already on this land, so they were welcome, and this is how they got the land, and this is how they repatriated this. They took the free black slave from America and sent it to Liberia in 1822.
Right. So okay, so there were already people living in the Liberia land, right?
There were already people, there are indigenous people, and that is what made Liberia very diverse. That is what make Liberia today has a whole lot of people there, because they are the people who were sent from America already met people on this land, and these people are the indigenous people.
Yeah. And what was the original name of Liberia? Is there like any old name of that place? Oh, this is the original name.
This is a name that was given to the land. As far back as history can record, this is a name that was given to the land when, because it was first discovered when these people uh were sent back to the country. And you know that before this time there had nothing been given or maybe talked to or written about this land. uh, these people started to record. People started to start writing about this land when these people came to the place, and it started going back from it started as a colony. It was not first a country. It started as a colony, and from the colony it went to a fast by a Commonwealth before gaining independence in 1847.
1847.
Yes, the country actually gained its independence in 1847. That is on July 26, 1847, as a free black African country.
But I know this. A lot of people have been saying this for a long time that Liberia was never colonized. How can you say that story straight? Like, and you say it gained its independence on 1947. What's the truth about that?
The truth about it is that according to history, Liberia, uh, this country was bought. It's like a land that was bought to repatriate free black slaves,
Yeah.
and from what we have been to, it was never a colony. It started as a colony from there to a Commonwealth. We have the
Mm.
Commonwealth of Liberia, and later it gained its independence from the United States. It gains its independence in 1847. So
Ah,
it was interesting to know that almost everything that happens in Liberia, everything that is in Liberia is kind of like model against the United States. Even the flag, the national anthem,
yeah.
the oath and everything, the counties and districts, the structure of government, economic activities, they are all model against the United States of America, because this country, it was founded, yes, by the United States of America.
And what about those? What kind of language do you guys speak in Liberia? And do you guys speak only English, or because they met actually indigenous people in the land, so they were speaking the local language? I assume, right?
Yes, yes, sure. Like currently, the mother tongue, the educational or teaching language is literally English.
Mm,
But we have local languages. That is, we have 16, and after this, these people came. There are other people who were coming from different part of Africa. You
mm,
have people who came from the Congo rivers of Africa, the Congo River side, and these people came in, settled also in Liberia. People came
mm.
from Malay. People came from the Sahara Desert. They all came and settled in Liberia. So they all, there are people who came from different places, and they all came with their own different languages. So today you have 16 different languages in Liberia, and each of those languages also have their own different settlements in the country. So that is why today Liberia has 15 different counties. We name them as county. They have 15 different counties, and each of these languages have their own settlement in that country. So it makes Liberia more diverse. But on the general, in the overall, you have English as a mother language.
Yeah. And how many ethnic groups do you have? Do you guys have? Is it the same language, like 16? Then you have like
Yeah,
16
that's
groups.
what I same as language. So it's English group. It's the English group tribes. There are tribes and English groups. There are
Mm.
16 different English groups there, and they have each of these English group has their own way, unique way of cultural activities, and I mean it's just so interesting to know.
Yeah, exactly. And what about the issue with what about the issue with the ethnic problems? Do you guys have those issues in Liberia? Like, since is everybody in Liberia speak English like 100%?
Or not really. Everybody in Liberia does not actually speak English like 100%. But I in Liberia we also have this broken English called a colloquial, because you know that these people who came from the United States, they spoke English, and they spoke English, right? So
Mm.
the people who were there, they taught them English, so they will actually not speak English as the way these people who are from the United States they speak English. So
Mm.
to make it very easy to communicate among indigenous people, the people have to have a broken language. It's a kind of English, but it's like in Nigeria where you have that way of speaking, right? So we call it
Yeah.
colloquial. Yeah, so like now in Liberia, when I say I'm going to the market, I was I'm going to the market. So you would yeah, I go to
Man,
the
you speak
market.
like Indian.
Yeah.
I go to the market.
So it's a English, but we try to make it slight different. We try to make
Yeah,
it slight different so that at least there should be a difference. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
everybody speak that in local language. That is when you are not school. Even people who are not school, people who are not going to school will know how to speak that particular English. But until then, you go
Well,
into school and advance your English now. You go to school and learn your subject for argument and advance your English more. And but yes, still people still speak it because that is a way of identifying ourselves as well, because it's difficult for one person to learn how to speak 16 different languages. So
mm,
you have to have something that will be common to everyone.
put together. So I assume that I think one of the issue that I assume, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. One of the thing that you might be guys struggling. Are you guys having a struggle with the, how can I say, the loosen up of um the traditions or the origin identity of Liberia? Because as you say that you guys had indigenous people, but as well it was kind of like this place was kind of like, by the way, who designed that? Like who designed it for, for black people who were used to be a slave in America to come and to reside in that place? Who made that decision? Is it like
They
people themselves?
no, it's not the people themselves. I want to believe that these people, because with the issue of the struggle of blacks in the United States, and
Yeah.
with during that time, during the days of Martin Luther King and these people, the civil rights movement ongoing in the United States. So
Mm.
in the United States, they decided to repatriate, to send black people to their homeland, and they couldn't find exactly a place where they can send everybody, and this is how this land was founded back then in the 1820s or 1822. So the thing is, they formed an organization that presided over the entire issue of repatriating these blacks. That is, they call the American Colonization Society, and these people were made of the of Americans who are into top government office or positions in the United States, and Christian organization. The term is as Christian organization. So I mean, it was literally designed by them.
Yeah. That's why I'm having trouble with that word that, they found, because it's hard to find a place that people already live in it. So that means that place already existed and they already had people, but these people, they just had to place them somewhere, and they brought them to this land called Liberia. And my question that I wanna ask is that, do you guys have a struggle with the keeping the identity? Because when these people came, right, our brothers and sisters who were taken a long time away, because of slavery, most of them, they were like, kind of like, how can I say, like pure American, because some of them, they were like children who were born there in America, right? And they
Yeah.
came to Liberia. So is there a struggle of identity of, or losing up of the culture that you guys always, like indigenous people, had in Liberia, in the land?
Yeah, and this is why I particularly want for young people to start thinking twice to come together in rewriting the entire history about Liberia, because
Yeah.
if we are letting the Westerner to preserve over writing our history, it brings a whole different narrative. But logically, if you sit down, you will get to know that these people, somehow the indigenous people, were forcibly taken from their land. And that is
Mm.
something I always tell people when I go into a gallery. You can't tell me that in history, because since these people have the opportunity to write their own history for you, they will tell you what to think and what they saw. So people who
Yeah.
were already there, they now have the opportunity to exactly tell you right now. We don't know any of them, so they can't tell you exactly what happened there.
Yeah.
Because in fact,
Yeah.
at a certain point in time, they did not have the political will and the economic will. They did not surface and preside over any economy or control anything in the country. So at the
Mm.
result, people are the result. We as a new breed of people, we are being taught that, hey, this place was bought. Hey, how much? Like I asked one of my history teacher the other time in a history class. He said this place
Yeah.
was bought by the American people, and they came, they bought the land from your forefather. I said, how much? Who did they give the money to? I mean, we should stop this, right? So it's not about putting Liberia out there. It's just about rewriting the entire history. It happened to almost every country, like several countries in Africa. So we just need people who will come together like manner and rewrite the entire history. So what particularly I know is that these people, the Westerners or people from the United States of America, the first they came, there was serious attempt to negotiate on getting this land. And the last time when they brought about 87 settlers from the first free black slaves from America, they did not come direct. They did not go directly to Liberia. They stopped in Sierra Leone. They stopped at the island called Shepherd Island. And then I asked the teacher, I said, why did they stop? If I come and buy this land and go to get my people, I bring them directly to the land. So if I'm sure that this land is for me, why would I stop to another land to come and first negotiate? Then I go back to bring them. I think there was a struggle going on there. So at the end result, from the 1820s up to 1980s, there were always people, American Liberian. We term them today as American Liberian. They were always presiding over the economic and the social activities in the country, right? So the country was divided into four different groups. You had the mulattoes, people who were very bright, who were so like a white in color. And these people were presiding over the social and economic activities of the country. And you had another group of people who were called the who were light in skin. They call the American Liberian. They are light in skin. These are people who were taken from the United States. And you had another group of people who were the Congos. Up to now, they are called the Congos. These are people who were taken from the Congos, who settled from the Congos River, alongside the Congo rivers. And at the bottom of the entire country, you had the indigenous people.
Yeah.
So you have almost three group of people ahead of the indigenous people, and you know that indigenous people are the real owner of the land. So I mean, it gave them no space and no opportunity to contribute to writing the history of the entire country. So reaching from today, Liberia have had about 25 presidents. So from the days of independence, from 1827, from the first president, that is Joseph Chingi, who was from the United States. That's part of the people who was sent from the United States, from Joseph Chingi up to 1980s. You have people who were ruling the entire country, who were presiding over the economies and the social power of control of the country. They were all not indigenous people, they were all American Liberians. So until late in the 1980s, where you have at least an indigenous president of the United States of Liberia. So today it's so difficult to say that everything is modeled against the United States of America, the states, the flag, the national anthem, the country, and the country capital city is named after the fifth president of the United States of America, James Monroe. That's Monrovia.
Okay. All right, man. That's guys, man. Those are just a lot of information that I had no idea of. But I'm really glad that you spoke out, because you spoke with absolutely, amazing passion. And I think you're correct, 100%. I agree with you, because apart from everything that we talk about, but there were indigenous people in that place. And I think it's important to embrace the story, the history of indigenous people of that particular place, because that's what made that place to be the way it is. And for me personally, I don't agree with the notion that, even though like these are our people, what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong, all these, diaspora who came and formed this nation, amazing continent, they are our people. So I'm not saying anything about, I'm saying that we need to go all the way down to indigenous people who were there already, and acknowledge that, there were already people here, and they already had a life, they already had a culture, right? And our people also, they came back to the continent and joined these people. So that's what actually we are talking about right now.
Yes. So right now in Liberia, you have at least this message is resonating. You have people, unlike before, where you had at least every office is occupied by maybe American Liberians or Congos. Right now, indigenous people, they are taking over, and I think there's a change in mind. There's a swift change now. Everything is getting. I mean, we are taking getting back to the issue because Liberia had gone through a lot of struggle, and getting back to normal is kind of very critical. So
Yeah.
it's gradual, and Liberia is a very beautiful land. What I can tell anybody is that is kind of gradual process, because going through what Liberia went through
I
is
want
a
to hear
whole
a
lot.
little bit about that. I want to hear a little bit about that. What Liberia went through, like what kind of events that it went through, in the past? Because it kind of seems like you guys, you didn't have I mean, the same struggle as, I mean, in a way, that fighting for independence, like the way it happened to other countries in Africa. But yeah, so I want you to
Definitely.
enlighten us with that a little bit.
Yeah, there are not an instance where you have to fight for independence, but along the way, the way people was governed, the way the entire country was governed and led, people have to start fighting for change. And that is, I think, for me, I believe that is still a process of change. So in the late 1980s, 1987, in the late 1980s, where you have the president, Liberia longest serving president, that is President William Vaganara Sexual Totman, who served for 27 years.
Mm.
So yeah, after he took he, should I say the predecessor, right? Took over,
Mm.
that's William Naratobo. When he left office, and they had the issue of civil rights movement. They had the issue of rights. So the government back then decided that there should be an increase in the price of rice to help contribute to farmers. To According to the government, this was meant to also contribute to farmers. And today, and in history, there are people who are from the opposition bloc who did not agree with the increase in rice price, and this
Mm.
led to a coup d'etat. And today, a contributor, or it led to the December 24, 1989, civil war that took place. Liberia have gone through a 14 years of civil war, and it's a kind of long process. So you were interested to know that people, 14 years taken from a life, 14 years taken from someone's life, is kind of long term to for that person to take to prepare themselves to do something better. I know a lot of Liberians stay in the diaspora. A lot of Liberians went into neighboring countries, but it's not just comfortable. It's not just good. Stay into another country to build yourself the way you ought to build yourself when you are in your own country or in your own homeland. So at the end result, about 250,000 lives were lost, and today Liberia is trying to get back to normal. And we think the at least past leaders who have contributed in keeping the unity of the country, and the current leadership who is also contributing in maintaining and sustaining the peace and stability of the country.
Yeah, yeah. And what is the meaning of the name itself, Liberia?
Liberty.
Liberty.
Labor. Yeah, I was taken from the Latin word labor. Yes, liberty.
Okay, Latin word
So
liberty.
that's
All right.
free. So these people they got free. They were free from the slavery, free from yeah, slavery and
You could
stuff.
be
Yeah.
you could be one of them, man. You could be one of them. I sense like you might be one of them.
Yeah. But yeah.
So are you part of the indigenous people, or are you part of those people who came back and formed this nation?
for me, I one of the ethnic groups that came from, according to the Liberian story, that came from the Malay,
Mm.
the Malay, and that is one of the ethnic group that I'm from, and we speak that ethnic group, so we speak that language. So I mean, I'm an indigenous son of it. So
So you're indigenous. Okay, okay. I
yeah.
appreciate that. I really appreciate. And I asked you a question that you didn't answer. Do you guys have like ethnic issues, problem like, fights and some sort of those kind of stuff?
No, I unlike for the Civil War, unlike for the past Civil War, since that time there have not been a major clash between ethnic groups.
Yeah.
So I can tell you for sure that the country is peaceful if it comes to anything with ethnic group. But unless for that Civil War, because the Civil War actually was also with it was I can tell you for sure it was between English group. It was internal fight.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And how did you guys manage to get out of there? Because after having civil wars, we see a lot of countries that are constantly having, the same thing for years, for decades. But how did you guys get over that? Because you had before, and then you decided that okay, this we cannot continue to have this anymore. What was the ways that you guys helped you guys to be where you are today and not fight anymore with one another?
I think for what I can tell you for sure, that Liberian realized that this was not uh this was not something that was contributing, because the thing is most Liberian out in the diaspora or in neighboring countries started to feel the weight. Started to I mean, a lot of suffering. Imagine, that when I'm in my home and I'm not the treatment I'm receiving, and I go
Mm.
into another home, maybe I'm being ill treated or maltreated. I will start to begin. I start to get that love for my home. I mean, I think it's something that I should go back and should tell other people to stop that. So all these forces that were there, they were all controlled because, like I told you, on December 24th, when a group of men stormed from the Butuo N in the northmost part of the country, headed by the former president, the then president Charles Taylor, who is currently serving some years in prison. So that at that time, people literally thought that there's no need to keep fighting, and with the help of international communities, with forces of the economic communities, the West African communities, people from different regions, they were able to put stop to this. And that is where we had the first female president of the first female president in Africa who took over right after the um, the Civil War in
Mm.
2003, and that election was term started in 2005.
This is a beautiful country, my brother. I'm just checking out the pictures of Liberia. This is such a beautiful country.
Liberia is really a beautiful country, and Liberia is kind of has a lot of tourist attraction. But I mean, it's gradually things are getting back to normal. I know a lot of people who love to visit Liberia. Liberia is a very beautiful country. We have
Mr. Soup.
Liberia has a lot of resources and a lot of great areas to visit. And I mean, it's kind of on the coastline. Liberia is kind of on the coastline. You have
Yeah,
Atlantic Ocean, and it's
exactly.
neighboring with three other West African countries, and a kind of coastal country. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, Mr. Soup. So somebody asked me here before we go, because I'm gonna ask you a question to recommend some places. If somebody wants to visit Liberia, what are the procedure? What are kind of things they need to consider not to do or to do? Taboos and all those kind of stuff and areas to visit. But someone, Miri, here in the comment section, I appreciate Miri. I think Miri, uh, I don't know if it's she or he, but they a new member of this family. So welcome to the family. She's asking that, can you please ask him how is the living standard of the indigenous people in there, the life standard of the indigenous people in Liberia? How is the life standard of you, because you're part of that indigenous people? That's what she's asking.
I the on the average, the life standard of the indigenous people is the indigenous people, they are mostly in a rural, and like now I can tell you for sure is kind of it is online with every other citizen in Liberia, whether American, Liberian, or Congos, or what, because today you have indigenous people taking over ministerial position and national position, so they are all online with every other Liberians is kind of fast improving. So I mean, if a Congo has or American Liberian has before, then there was not. Am I coming clear? I'm seeing stick. Yeah, okay. So before then, the indigenous people were not having the opportunity to serve into government, some key positions, key government positions. Before them, in the 1820s, in the 1830s, Liberia, there were not people. The indigenous people were not having the opportunity to serve into certain position, or to own certain property, or to do certain thing in Liberia. But now I can tell you for sure, on this region, in several and some regions back, you have people, the indigenous people are taking on ministerial position. They are deputy ministers, and in fact, the current president of the Republic of Liberia is an indigenous son of the country. He is from the southern part of the country. So that shows that the life standard has improved for indigenous people.
Okay, and how is the climate in Liberia?
The climate is hot. It's mostly hot, but we have two seasons in Liberia. You have a rainy, you have a dry season. There is around this time. There's always around this time, and in August there's a heavy
Yeah.
downpour of rain. You have a whole lot of rain, so that makes Liberia has a fertile soil, because anything that anywhere you put anything on the soil, it grows. So
That's
yeah, and most, and you observe that it's sometimes hot and it's sometimes rainy. It's sometimes hot and rainy. That's just it. Yeah. But people who
right.
are always yeah, people who are visiting Liberia, they will always see that in the northern part of the country, there's you have the place is cold. The place is always cold, and in the capital, in the Morovia, where it's around the Atlantic Ocean, there's always rain. There's
Mm,
always rain putting there. Yeah.
mm. Right. And what kind of like the like if I want to visit Liberia today, which place, you know, would you like recommend for people to visit? Like, okay, this is the place you can visit and you will see A, B, C, D, and this is the place you can visit, you see this and this and that.
Wow, there are tons of beautiful places that you can visit in Liberia, and I will just name you some. If you want to visit Liberia, getting to Liberia, first day, there's this place, the Providence Island. This is a place that the first free black slaves settled, and that place is still there today from 1822. You have the island where these people settle, the where that they used to draw their water, the horse that they stay. They have a lot of historical things there, that these things that you can see, that this the first people, from the first president and people who were there, you will see them. And in Liberia, you also have a lot of tourist attraction. You have a blue lake in Liberia that you can visit. It is in the country. You also have a waterfall that is in the central region, that I can also
Mm,
recommend. It's in the central region that people can visit. It's a very beautiful area called Batawi Waterfall. And you have because in Liberia there's not too many mountains, so for that reason we always take into consideration how with you will get to know how precious are the mountains, the few mountains that we have there. So you have the Wologizi mountain that is in the north, also in the north in Nimba County. You have the Nimba mountain. You have a lot of mountains and rainforest there, and some wildlife there as well. So you can quite assured that it can be a good time being in Liberia.
Hmm. All right. And how is the life in Liberia?
Uh, life is good. Like I can say right now, uh,
Hmm.
even though there are some couple of challenges, but it takes freedom fighter. It takes African to get back to normal from where Liberia is coming from. So life is gradually getting on course. You today we can see that young Liberian will have the opportunity to at least afford a meal and afford education and have access to health care in Liberia. There are always sometimes there are political struggle, but on the ground there are, at least there means that people can be able to access these few key access to their life.
Yeah, and you've spoken about these challenges that they are going through. And what are those challenges in Liberia? Are these like the common things we know about corruption and all the stuff like poverty and all the stuff? Or is there anything specific that you like talk about?
Yes, so with the issue, and that is the reason why we were funded as a students as an anti-corruption movement, because we saw that there was the issue of corruption was getting normal and it was getting rampant. So we thought that we could get established. So with the issue of corruption, it is have been on an increase, but with the help of civil society organizations and other people demanding change, and it is gradually getting to normal. So with the life standard of people in the country, you have people more especially in the rural places who are still struggling to afford and meet meet life standard and afford their daily meals. But yet still there are people who are also pushing. So there are a couple of challenges in Liberia, like you spoke about corruption, the issue of governance, and issue with the issue of poverty. So I at least people there are huge percentage of the people who are still living below the poverty line, but yes, still the national government also trying hard to pull people out beyond the poverty line to be able to meet the standard.
Yeah. And what is okay? I want to know this another bright side. What is the local food of Liberia?
Oh, my brother, in Liberia, like from where I'm from, literally eat cassava. You have
Mm-hmm.
rice as the national food. You have rice. So
Yeah.
yeah, most Liberians grow rice, more especially in the rural area. They grow it themselves to eat.
Mm-hmm.
But locally, you have people making use of cassava. In Liberia, we use cassava for a whole lot of things. We eat cassava. We have fufu. We use cassava for different things. And even produce. We eat the leaves.
Oh.
We eat the stem. Yeah, so that is
Yeah,
that is just the local food. But we also eat yam. Yeah, yam is also a part of the local food in Liberia. Yam, cassava, and
yum.
a
What is
plantain.
yum?
Oh, you don't know yam. Yam is YAM. YAM is a locally made food. It's grown in Liberia.
Meat.
Yam, no, it's like a cassava. It's grow from on the
Yeah.
ground. They plant it like almost like a cassava is.
Ah. Yeah.
Maybe
I
when
have
you type
no
it on Google, you are going to see a Y. It's YAM.
YAM. Let me type
Y
here.
A. Yeah, when you type it, you're going to see
Let me type here.
yam.
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 Yum. It is. I know this thing. I know this thing. Yeah. This thing is
Yeah,
really good. I know this. We
yeah,
have it here.
yeah.
I love this. We call it here. We call it magimbi. It's
Magimbi.
magimbi.
Wow.
Yeah, here in Tanzania, man. We usually eat like in the morning. It's really nice. It's literally like cassava. For me, it's better than cassava or some
So a
some
Liberian man will tell you cassava is better. Cassava is while eating across.
really.
Yeah, yeah.
You
So
guys, you use cassava to eat
in
fufu.
different region they use it for different purpose. In different region they use it. They cook it in different ways, and they have a different style. Like in the north, like in another region, they will prefer to use it like a fufu. In another region, will prefer to use it like a GB. Like another region will prefer to just cook it like that. And I mean, everybody use it differently, but at least in the general note, everybody eats.
Yeah. I love that, man. I love fufu, man. I've never tried fufu with cassava, but I love
Ah,
fufu, man. Fufu,
oh,
yeah, yeah.
you need
I
to
remember when I
you
was
need
in
to try
Korea,
it.
that was the closest food to ugali. So I'll always, we'll always have fufu. We'll go out and have fufu.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I miss that, man. Someone is asking here, Marit is asking, what is the typical culture in Liberia?
In Liberia, you have
Uh,
the
for example, you
you
can show us maybe the local dance right there. How do you guys dance and all those kind of stuff?
you need to see. I think I'm in a room. So where
Uh,
you have people. Yeah, you have the local dance. You have the scenic and prawn. You have people go into the culture, the bush where they have activities. They teach them basically about morals, about ethics, and on how to live their life, on how to be a good husband, a good wife. You have
mm,
to how to do a whole lot of things in your home. That's something that you can't be easily taught in school, because like in school you are going to learn the ABC and 1 2 3, but there are some basic home activities and community development activities that you need to know for yourself. It's not taught in the Western school. So the Liberian culture introduce and open the children people to that, like basically what to do, on how to be obedient, and how to engage people, on how to, I mean, just how you can live your life respectfully.
mm.
Yeah.
All right. And what is do you know any taboos in Liberia? Let's say if I'm coming to Liberia today, like I should not do this, I should not do that. I want to know about that for those who will be interested to visit, Liberia.
Liberia is a quite Liberia is a quite friendly environment. It's a quite friendly land. In several different ethnic group, like they will tell you when you are shaking someone, an elderly man hand, so you have
Yeah.
to reduce your heart. Yeah, yeah, you have to go down, like, yeah, you reduce your heart and grace that person with respect. Yeah. So when you are passing, when you see two people sitting, you don't pass between them. Like, you at least you take another row, or you ask for excuse and bend, then you can easily
Mm,
pass. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay. That's cool. That's cool. Man. I want to say this, man. You are such a very inspirational man. Just listening to you, because this is the first long like conversation we have had ever since we met in Ethiopia. Again, the mother of
Oh,
Africa. That's when we met. A month ago, I believe. And I went through your biography again, and I just love what I saw. And when I look at that, I'm like, man, we there's a hope in Africa, because you have people like this who started to fight against corruption at very young age, and these are people who are actually trying to, bring other people together into the fight, right? So looking at the future of Africa in a couple years later, it's bright. So I really want to appreciate you, what you're doing, the work that you're doing,
and
and also I want to take this moment officially to welcome you into the family, because we never had anybody from Liberia before, and you're our very first person from Liberia that you actually came here and spoke. If we had people, maybe they just watch or they commented, but we never had anybody like this. So welcome, and I believe this will be the beginning of a lot of other Liberians to come to join the family. Because a lot of time when you have all these discussions, all these debates about Africa, we really need to get all perspective from everywhere, all other countries, right? And Liberia is one of
sure.
the countries in Africa. You guys, you're our people. You're part of us. So we always we are in need of having those kind of different views, from your people. So I want to invite you to come. We have shows every single day at 9 p.m. East African time, like every single day. Today is my show, Monday, but Tuesday we have the African traditions. On Wednesday, we have education in 21st century. On Thursday, we have potential in Africa. We're talking about everything about potential. On Friday, we have a weekly recap. We talk about all the stuff that are happening, but this Friday will be very special day because all of the hosts will come together again to do a special fundraising program. And on Saturday, we'll have a diaspora talk. That's the time that only diaspora and other people in the land, in the continent, we're talking. And I think Liberia is a very interesting country when it comes to that. We're trying to bridge a little bit the gap between diaspora and local people who are living in the, in the continent. And on Sunday, we have the hidden hands.
Yeah, we can't do away with them. The diaspora citizens have been very instrumental in developing Africa as well.
Indeed.
Yeah.
They're one of us. I always say that Africa is one big family with 55 different children, because that one is diaspora, and then 54 inside the country.
Like in Liberia, in most time, the political decision and social activities, they are mostly influenced by diaspora Liberians, because at least every single family in Liberia will have a representative in the United States or in the diaspora. At least every single family in Liberia, according to statistics. So so. And these people are very, very instrumental and influential in the key decision making body in our country. And I'm sure it happens to all African countries as well.
And what is the population of Liberia?
Liberia population now grown to 5 million, just a little 5 million people.
5 million people. That's a little people. That's a little people, man. That's like a single city here.
According to the recent release, but there should be a census done soon. So apparently it should be more than that now. But right now it's 5 million, and the land it has 111,000 square miles. So I was just talking to one of my running friends. So he told me, I told him that the Rwanda is like in population is 3 times Liberia, 3 times. But in space is Liberia is like also 3 times. Instead, then you are living on an empty land. I said, yeah, that's true.
You guys are living in an empty land. 5 million people, man. That's very little number. I had no idea. Trust me, I had no idea. Man. It's good to know that. So that's why I hope all the 5 million people will come and join the family and in the fight of One Africa. And you are today officially, let me say officially, you are our very representative, from the country Liberia. So anytime there's anything happen in Liberia, I will come to you. And during the election, if you wanna come here and inform us of what's going on, we can always use this platform to encourage our people to actually take their rights.
It's very close to election. Next year in October, we will have a general election in Liberia that will be electing the 26th president of the of Liberia. And currently you have the president George Weah, who is ex-football soccer player. So he will be taking the country to election next year. So hopefully we are going to be here to at least to talk also more about the election and also from all activities going on in Liberia. Liberia is kind of basic country. There is always something going on there. We always have something going on there.
Of course, and I think I didn't ask you what are you studying in Rwanda right now?
Right now I'm studying human resource management, and also starting a course in leisure tourism. So I have greatly formed a reason why I should study tourism, because Liberia is kind of the tourism sector in Liberia is on tape. So there's a lot of things need to be showing or knowing about Liberia that are not being put out there yet.
And what is the major export commodity for Liberia? Somebody is asking in the comment section right now.
It's rubber. People really Liberia export rubber. You have a very huge rubber plantation company in Liberia called the Firestone Rubber Plantation. Liberia mostly export to robots.
All right.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. So with that being said, my brother, is that, as I said, anytime, when there's something to talk about, whether in Liberia, if this is the platform to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? So you can always hit me up, and we can arrange something. We can know, like, how can we work things together to make sure that uh, we're bringing our people together, because we want to see Liberian, we want to see Nigerians, we want to see Tanzanians, we want to see Ethiopians, we want to see everybody coming together and to fight for this one Africa that we are fighting for. So, and I know that you're coming to Tanzania very soon, so I'll be able to see you, and we'll sit down and we'll talk, and
Yeah.
yeah, it will be an
I'll be
amazing
very glad.
that
Yeah.
you're here in the land as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Thank you very much, and I'll be glad that we meet in Dar es Salaam,
Of
Tanzania.
course,
Yeah.
man. I'm here for you. Let's just keep keep in touch, and anything. And I think when you come here, we're gonna talk even more. I think we're gonna do another session like this together while we are together. When you're here in the land, it'll be
Yeah.
amazing.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. My
And
brother.
just one quick information. Liberia is like a motherland, and Liberia is open to people who want to visit. Liberia is you have a very quite friendly environment. You have friendly people in Liberia. Liberia has a lot of resources that people who also have expertise in these places can go and also help to maybe
Yeah,
improve the country. Liberia also export a lot of golds and diamonds and adding to robots. So I mean, you have a large gold mining company and Dama as well in the country, and a lot of also international companies in the country. So yeah, it's a youthful population as well. So we are grateful and also open to having several of this conversation. I'm glad and hoping to see you in Tanzania. Yeah, like you said, we
of,
got to meet in person and talk. Yeah.
of course, my brother. You come here. Let me ask you this one final question. If I want to come and do business in Liberia, what kind of business would you recommend for a diaspora or any African who wants to come and do business there?
For any African who want to do business in Liberia, what I can tell you for sure is that you you can basically invest into a money business, right? If you want to do something, if you have expert into money business, but like right now the country is has a lot of places of visit. So you you can go into a tourism, like tourism business, travel business is tourism business. If it's something that you are not willing to stay for a very long time, but you can go into a tourism business, right? Because like for now, more people, if this sector is like it's not open, it's not mostly it's like on tape, not too many people are into it. You have more people, not too many people looking in that direction right now. For me personally, that's my advice to anybody, because you have a whole lot of resources, you have a whole lot of places in this area that not too many people are paying attention to. But with this sector of tourism, you will have more people. Yeah, once you try to expose this part, some hidden parts in Liberia, you have more people coming in. I mean, you are going to boost. But on the overall, I think Liberia is open to any other business right now, because the economy is getting stable and the country is peaceful. So any business that come to your mind, the is always welcoming, and it's going to boom.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate Mr. Supu. That's what I'll call you. I love that name, by the way. My brother Supu. And I trust me, man. I cannot wait to see you, man. You're gonna have a blast. I know, I know I'm crazy busy, but I'll try my best. When you're coming here to the land, I'll try my best. At least I can show you one, two things, so that you may enjoy this place. I can promise you that one, two things. I can promise you
Sure,
that.
my brother. Sure. I can't wait to be there, and I'm really sure. I'm already feeling that I'm going to have a very good time there, because
Yes, come on.
I'm always looking up on some key place to visit. You know, when I sit and take my phone, I check. Hey, I'm always checking on something interesting to see in Tanzania. And
Yeah,
I mean, it's kind of great place too. I see that it's kind of comparable to Liberia. What I see is that maybe a
yeah,
tourism sector have been exposed already. So
yeah. Mm,
yeah,
mm.
I can't wait to be there.
Indeed, brother, welcome. You have your big brother right here. So you're welcome,
Oh,
my
now
Hamza.
because I'll call you my age, so you say big brother. Because I call you my age, I'm not going to do that again.
I gotta tell you, Supu, man. I gotta tell you, Supu. Like I'm 7 years older than you. All right, that's the big brother right there. All
That's my problem right there. So most time I'm taking to be so grown, you know. I'm not going to call my age again on any public platform because I'm gonna be like these guys, you know.
but to me,
And just one last thing, I was called by a friend in Rwanda, the executive director of Alpha Tools Africa. So, when we had a conversation, we had a whole lot of conversation. We talk about Africa. We talk about how we can work together. I told him my interest in coming to Rwanda to study. Just it was not just to study because I have seen Rwanda fast progressing, leading the fight against corruption, and that's my interest. So I told him a lot, and so he told me he has followed my work, and they decided to give me an honor while in Liberia.
mm,
So
wow,
and they gave me an age that I would take a long time to reach those. So when he told me to send my CV, I said my biography, and he told me, now this, I'm not saying I'm saying yours. I'm not saying another person. I said, this is mine. He said, have you worked
yeah,
with all these organizations? I said, yeah, this organization, we started this organization. And he said, how old is this organization? I said, this organization started in 2014. Then he said, how old was you? I said, that's it. He wanted, so he said, what about the honors, the international recognition and stuff? I said, it just came just because of this one anti-corruption work. That's why I attracted all these things. So thank you very much.
but
I know we are taking a lot of time. I'm very
it,
grateful.
it's it's okay. It's very important for me to say yes. I know you might be young brother at age, but I respect you. You know, as an African, as a human being who actually do a lot for the country and for the continent. So keep doing the good work, and just know that Soil Nation One Africa, we're here with you because you are our brother and you're part of us, and this is your family. So welcome to the farm, and it's a pleasure to know you. It's a pleasure to have this conversation with you. This is not the last time. We're gonna have many to come. Thank you so much, my brother Supu, and know that I love you and I cannot wait to see you very soon.
Thank you, brother. I love you too. Thank you, and thank you to everybody for following. I'm grateful.
Salute, my brother. I'll see you later.
Okay, Akuna Matata.
Hey, come on. Somebody started to learn Swahili already. You, appreciate, man. That's my brother Supu, man. My brother Supu, he's in Supu, basically soup. My brother Soup, he's in Rwanda right now pursuing his undergraduate degree, and he's from Liberia. And I had a chance to meet him in Ethiopia when I went there to Ethiopia. Uh, you know, I think a month ago, right now. He was also in the Pan African, Nizim Youth Summit, and we were there together. That's where we connected, and I got his number. Actually, we faced the same issue. We both had to cancel our flight to another day. And this brother, he had to go through a lot, So, all the time when we face through troubles, like they bring us together. So as soon as I found out that he was from Liberia, I just had to grab his number and be like, hey, we're gonna talk about this. And I found out that he's such a very brilliant, smart, very ambitious, and very responsible African man who really wants to bring about change to this continent when it comes to, the corruption issue. He's very passionate about that, and that's what he fights for. If you want to know about him more, you can go through the comment section of YouTube, actually the community tab, you'll see his biography. Or you can go to One Africa Instagram. Guys, actually we have a lot of Instagram, so I gotta show you guys our Instagram pages. All right, this is the page, guys, for donating and everything. But let me go to Instagram to show you guys some of our pages that you don't know. If you guys are following me, Mika Chavala, then you will see I have basically 3 pages here, but let me just go to 2 pages because another one is for me. We have One Africa page, One Africa official page here, right here. This is our Instagram page, One Africa Official. And if you go here, all the conversation that I have the pictures of those people and their biography, like what are they doing, who they are. It's right here, right? It's explained everything right here. So I wanna. Last time I had a conversation with our brother from Burkina Faso. He's right here as well, and who he is. And I'm gonna post very soon for my brother from Liberia right here in the page and everything. So you can follow our page on One Africa. You see all this conversation I'm having. Actually, not all of them because I don't have here Mr. Obang and other people. And what am I? I don't have them, but I'll put them back. I'll put them back because I had conversation with them. That's one of the page. And also you will see here we're following one page, and that is Official Swahili Nation. So you can actually, this is our Swahili Nation page. You can also follow us for more updates. And here as well, sometimes we have things like this. We post different updates as well for Swahili Nation. And hopefully, soon after we have office, hopefully somebody who is very brilliant will be taking care of these pages to make sure that it's actually, going on day after day. So those are pages of Instagram. Please follow us. Let's go to Twitter as well. I'll show you Twitter as well. So for Twitter as well, we have, a couple pages. Just see here. The first thing is seeing the Ethiopian Airlines and this beautiful lady right here wishing you a great week filled with smiles. These guys, they're doing these things on purpose, all right? Beautiful smile. Why don't you put a guy smile right there? You all know that a lot of men were weak when you see something like this. Thank God I'm not married yet, because if I was married and talking about this, my wife would be giving me a divorce after this show. All right, guys. So we have a page of Swahili Nation. If you go to Mika Chavala, you'll find a page here. We're following Swahili Nation. And we had to put like One Swahili Nation. That's actually the name right here. One Swahili Nation. It's right here, One Swahili Nation. So if you write One Swahili Nation, you'll find the page. And, we have a couple followers, like 2,000 and something. So go and follow this page as well. We haven't opened the One Africa page yet, but, let's boost this page first. Poor Justin, you're laughing. Man, give me a wife. Just stop laughing there. So go and follow this page as well. As well as we have a Facebook page, all right? Facebook page. Let me show a Facebook page right here. Today, I'm just going to show you guys all the pages that we have for you guys to come and to join. It's loading a lot, but hopefully it's going to load very soon. Hopefully I logged in. Okay, yeah, so that's a Mika Chavala page right there. Mika Chavala. If you go, this is mine, but then if you go to Facebook and just write Swahili Nation, right? It's right here. Yeah, you'll see the page here. It's right here, Swahili Nation page. So all the live streams are here. Right now we are live. You see it's right here. We're live already. And even here on Facebook page as well, I think, people reached, they show here. 1,000 people engaged. This page likes 18. All right. So I think this is because, it's kind of hard for me to keep up with all these things, because I need to update on all this stuff, so it's hard. I think I'm going to give someone to Paul Justin. Paul Justin, you need to do some good work on these pages. So I think I'll talk to him to kind of find the style of these pages and start. If there's someone who is really good at social media, we can always just reach out to us on oneafricaofficial@gmail.com. Somebody who has been here in the family, so that we can see if we can actually give to somebody who can take care of these pages to make sure that they're always live, they're always there. That's Facebook page. Somebody say, "Ha, Mika, come and take your wife from Addis." Man, I came there twice and still I didn't succeed. I came there twice, so I didn't succeed. So hopefully, I don't know, maybe third time is, the Trinity of our Holy Father, God the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. So maybe something might happen, but, finger crossed that. So I love you guys. Well, and I love this session. I love Mr. Supu here. We had an amazing conversation. If you guys join right now, you didn't hear the conversation, please go back. You can watch that show. But I also have another announcement. Today, guys, this is not the end of the day. We're gonna have another conversation today, right here. All right, yeah. And this is the another page that I didn't tell you guys. We have another YouTube channel called One Africa. And for this, let me show you clearly. One Africa. So if you go to our main YouTube channel, right? So Hill Nation, if you scroll a little bit down, you'll see the YouTube page is right here. So stay connected with our second YouTube channel, One Africa. It's right here. And we do this live stream there as well. So stay in touch with that as well. Right now, we just do the live stream every single time it's there as well. But, you know, you never know, like in the future, there might be very interesting content in that page. So subscribe to bring awareness. And if you want to subscribe on my personals as well, you can go ahead and do as well. This is Mika Chavala, myself. It's right there, right? It's very personal stuff. So you can go and check that out as well. And some other, I remember I had like me and my best friend when we were in Korea, we had this page of, you know, Young Motivators. That's another organization that I also founded with one of my friend as well together. And yeah, and another one is about fitness. So hopefully I will revive this very soon because I started to go to gym again. You know, it's a lot of stuff. So hopefully soon I'll have a team, you know, have my team who will be taking my stuff, you know, everything that I do and just post there to kind of like to motivate people to show another side of my life. You know what I'm saying? Just a normal life, me and family. For example, right here at my personal channel, Mika Chavala, I've been, you know, sharing a little bit about my grandma. It's the first time actually, and I'm quite emotional with her, you know, her singing skills. You know, I already exposed to the world out there. My mama's singing skills. So you can just go grandma. So you can just go and check it out and understand that I got my singing skills from her as well. All right. So today, guys, this is not the end of this show. Today, in 30 minutes, less than actually in 19 minutes, we're gonna be having a show here. This is the one with an amazing lady right here, beautiful, talking about Aras Foundation. You guys will get to know more about her and what she does. This is gonna be very interesting. I'll be back in 19 minutes for this show. So for the time being, guys, continue to stay right there and continue to donate. That's what we are asking you guys to do. Our goal is to reach right there. So help us out to, you know, have our offices and to operate everything that we do from the offices. Let me read a few comments that are here. Shagao Maria said, welcome, African brothers. Thank you for sharing such important information about our countries. I appreciate my brother. Bobby says, I love this channel, my brother. I appreciate, man. This channel loves you back. Hello, everyone. Yeah, hello. It was great talk. Appreciate Mariette. Justin was laughing when I was talking about wife. So nicely organized. Appreciate. Shagao Maria say, haha, Mika, come and take your wife from Addis. I'm coming for the third time, my brother. You know, I don't give up. I don't know how to give up. I don't know. All right, my brother. Done. I added all of your accounts. I appreciate. There's our accounts. Maybe you're not trying hard. That could be the case because every time I come there, I'm busy with work. All right. This time I even missed my flight because I couldn't take the COVID test. That's how busy we were. So you're right, Gilma. I hope I'll just go to Ethiopia and have a vacation. You know what I'm saying? Because I never had a vacation so far. Like out today, I didn't have any vacation. You know, I'm always just working. So hopefully one day we'll have a vacation. But how can you have a vacation while our people are still dying every single day? So yeah, it's kind of hard, you know, to relax while, you know, there's a lot of work to be done. So give me first an office, guys. Once you give me an office, then I think maybe I might take 1 to 2 days, a little bit of a break, maybe go somewhere and just chill a little bit, you know, to refresh my mind. Anyways, guys, I love you guys and thank you for the love. Thank you for the support and thank you for the giving that you're showing. I'll see you very soon in a couple minutes. Share that link with everybody and stay tuned. And if you need that link, let me share with you right now here. This is the link for the YouTube live that we're going to be coming very soon to talk about. So yeah, very soon we'll be coming to talk about this. Should have a vacation nights and regional towns. Yeah, my brother. Finger crossed. Hopefully very soon. All right, guys. I love you. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. Oh, let me pray. God, thank you for this show. We just had an amazing talk about Liberia. Thank you for Mr. Isaac Supu. And thank you for everybody who joined us today. I love these people to death. I love Africa to death. And I know you love it too. So I thank you and give us strength for even next session that we're going to have very soon. In your name I pray. Amen. Amen. I'll see you guys. Bye-bye.